Okay, recording started.
All right. My name is Lauren Dostal.
My name is Giuliana Gamero.
My name is Alexandria McCraine.
This is our data presentation. We chose to analyze Netflix and Hulu for our usability test. So here are the descriptive statistics of participants. Our number of participants, we had 6. Their ages, the average age was 34, the youngest age was 19, and the oldest age was 59. As far as gender, they were split 50-50, male and female. So the descriptive statistics of the participants, as far as internet usage, 100% of participants use internet daily. 100% of participants have been internet users longer than 3 years. 83% of participants have made purchases over the internet more than 10 times during the past year. And 50% of the participants purchased a similar product from an online store in the past year. The usability tests were conducted over the week of October 29th through November 4th, 2023. The tests were conducted in person as well as virtually, and the tests were conducted through a questionnaire format.
All right, we can start off by diving deeper into the results of the usability test. First, we're going to talk about the results that average both sites. These results indicate that participants were neutral in their intent to use both websites. They weren't enthusiastic one way or the other. They were just very neutral. There wasn't any strong opinion either way. Participants agree that it is easy to learn how to navigate the user interface for both sites. Participants are in slight agreement that both sites can be utilized for information seeking. Participants are in slight agreement that both sites offer likable products. Likable. And lastly, participants are in agreement that both sites have usable websites. I'm going to offer a possible cause for maybe why the intent to use is pretty low. It's slightly higher for Hulu than it is for Netflix, but it has nothing to do with website quality as indicated by the relatively high marks for the user interface. That has more to do with other factors that are outside of our control and outside of the control of the usability test. And so we're going to continue by looking at the detailed results for Hulu. Participants are neutral and only slightly agree that they intend to use Hulu. There's a fairly high standard deviation there, so it tells you that there's more variance. Participants agree that it is easy to learn how to navigate Hulu's user interface. Participants are in slight agreement that Hulu can be utilized for seeking information. Participants are in slight agreement that Hulu has likable products, and participants are in slight agreement that Hulu has a usable website. And now we're going to look at the results for Netflix. Participants are apathetic or confirm that they choose not to use Netflix. AKA, these results were negative. People were saying they disagree, they intend to use a website, they don't want to. Participants agree that it is easy to learn how to navigate Netflix user interface. Participants are in slight agreement that Netflix can be utilized for information seeking. Participants are in slight agreement that Netflix offers likable products. And participants are in agreement that Netflix has a usable website. So when you compare the two websites, Netflix ranks higher in terms of website usability, but lower in terms of intent to use the site. And the latter factor is outside of the control of the usability test. A lot of possible causes for that, nothing that would vary by person, of course. So, but as far as usability, the website usability goes, Netflix generally ranks above Hulu, but Hulu ranks above Netflix in terms of user intention.
So now we are going to compare and contrast the results and discuss the participants' perceptions. So first up is Hulu. The participants' ease of learning mean value is 5.80, which is the highest average of the Hulu sample, indicating users agree that learning the website is easy. Participants' utility mean value is 5.13, indicating users slightly agree that the site is beneficial. Participants' products and services mean value is 5.06, indicating users slightly agree that the site has valuable products and services. Participants' impressions of website usability mean value is 5.36, indicating users slightly agree that the site is useful. And participants' intention to use websites, sample calculated mean is 4.33, which is the lowest average of the Hulu sample in this category, indicating participants feel neutral about the future use of the website. This mean value is higher than Netflix's, indicating users in the sample have more intent in the future to use the website. All right, so now we're going to talk about these results for Netflix. The participants' ease of learning mean value is 5.60, indicating users agree that learning the website is easy. Participants' utility mean value is 5.25, indicating users slightly agree that the site is beneficial. Participants' products and services mean value is 5.50, indicating users slightly agree that the site has valuable products and services. This value is higher than Hulu, showing that users in the sample prefer Netflix services. Participants' impressions of website usability mean value is 5.61, the highest average of the Netflix sample. The sample of users from both Hulu and Netflix produced mean values, indicating users agree that the site is usable. Participants' intention to use the website samples calculated mean value is 3.83, the lowest average of the Netflix sample, and it indicates participants feel neutral about the future use of the site.
And now we're going to break down the different scenarios that we use in this usability test. In the first scenario, participants were asked to click on a random content tile for a television or movie, for a TV show or movie on the website homepage. Following this, users were asked to indicate how easy it was to accomplish the task and if they had any other comments. Participants were in slight agreement that both websites were useful to use. Participants had mixed reactions about how the interface for Hulu was set up. Some praised the setup of the homepage, indicating that it showed a variety of content, easy to explore. And meanwhile, other participants noted that Hulu makes it difficult to find your recently watched shows. They don't show up in the homepage, you have to search for it. Participants had mixed reactions about the user interface for Netflix. Younger participants found it easy to access and navigate content on the homepage. Meanwhile, older participants stated that they were not familiar with the recent changes to how the tiles were formatted, as when you clicked on the tile, it defaulted to playing the video instead of like showing more details about the content, like, who the director was, what the plot is, what actors star in it, what images or media are associated with the tile. And now we're on to scenario 2. In this one, participants were asked to click on a page for a genre or content category. And then following the click on the content category, they were asked to indicate how easy it was to accomplish the task and if they had any other comments or feedback. Participants indicated that they thought it was easier to find the page for a content category for Hulu than it was for Netflix. the average score for Hulu was 6.33, which indicates it was agree, whereas for Netflix it was 5.83, which was like slightly agree. So that does indicate that while they are similar, there is a little bit more praise for Hulu in this scenario. Participants praised the intuitive nature of Hulu's site because you're able to view different genres, but that they didn't showcase every genre, so maybe there were other better ways of doing it. Participants stated that it was difficult or slightly counterintuitive to select genre or content categories on Netflix. So that is the major feedback you're going to get for Netflix in this situation. So lastly, scenario 3. In this scenario, participants were asked to add a TV show or movie to their watch list, and then to click on the tab to their watch list. Following this, they were asked to indicate how easy it was to accomplish the task and if they had any other feedback. Participants agree that it was easy to find and access their watch list across both sites, but Hulu received higher marks than Netflix in this situation. There were very similar scores, but for one reason or another, Hulu performed better than Netflix in those scenarios generally. Participants noted that it was easy, straightforward, and intuitive to access this option on Hulu. One participant noted that it might be easier to access if Hulu had organized the content in the watch list by genre or content category instead of using alphabetical order. Meanwhile, participants just noted that it was easy and straightforward to access this on Netflix. So as you can tell, I think this has been a running theme. Both websites are generally easy to use for the most case. No real issues of contention as far as website usability.
So what did we learn? Some key takeaways was that the website and product usability can be tested by collecting data from users. Data gathering can be carried out in different ways, such as interviews, observations, and questionnaires. Each method has both its advantages and disadvantages. We also learned that creating usability tests can help in finding user-centric insights. These insights are incredibly important as it can help understand user preferences and any expectations a user may have. Usability tests can identify any specific areas where users may struggle or have any difficulties that otherwise may have been overlooked in the process. And then lastly, this process can help with continuous improvement. So these usability tests are not a one and done, but by continually using this process, it allows for designers to gauge how effective the design changes are and if new ones need to be added or taken away.
All right, and that is all for us. That is the end of our presentation, and this is our references page. So thank you for listening, and Professor, I hope you have a good semester.